Again, YouTube. I'm back with the next episode of this replay, which I've decided to call it, since I've played the game before, and I was too late to make a Let's Play for my first time. This is gonna be a replay. Anyway, the first episode went through the tutorial, grabbed some stuff, started box quest, went backward, lit that grace, did not go through to beat him, ran around to grab this, then went to the round table because I thought I could get a tiny shield there, but I didn't, and then I remembered where I was going to get it. I have to kill Bach, or not Bach, I don't know what his name is. But you beat the boss there, and then you can kill the guy to get his bell bearing, which allows you to get the gear for the assassin early on, which means you get the buckler from that bell bearing by turning it in at the round table, and that's what I was planning on getting, but didn't. And so I was gonna level up before I took on him again. Anyway, then I went this way, dropped down here, grabbed a portal, warped up here, ran down here. I did not kill the Black Knight yet. I could have done that between videos, but I chose not to. Then I ran down here, lit some graces, grabbed the maps, went up here, tested out the flail, which was taking way too long for me to make bleed. So I went back here, ran down, so that I'm about to get the Ash of War that lets me put bleed on this sword. I don't know if I needed to recap all of that, but I did, so too late. Anyway, I did mention there was a golden seed here. Lots of rats here and they're annoying. He'll give you the Blood Ash of War, but since I ran past those people, I like to go up here to fight him solo, since nothing else seems to be able to climb the ladder. And I previously got 1/2 of a medallion that lets you continue the game, and right here is the other half. There's that Ash of War. Now I've got to put it on my sword. I could probably put it on my axe, but that would just take too long for me. Let's see if I go here. Warp over here. '69 bleed build up. Make sure you have this prepared. And by killing this dragon, 5 others or so will die. If you have the stats for the flail, I would recommend that, because you can proc bleed a lot faster than a slow sword like this. Pretty sure the Irish of War will proc bleed faster. But the reason bleed is important is because it removes health based on the size of their health pool. And with the raw chunkiness of this one's health pool, it's just best to proc bleed over and over. It would be good to put frost on this dragon as well, because that also takes a chunk off of their health based on the size of their health pool. And it also makes them take more damage after. A lot of people use fire to reset the frost, but I find that pointless. If you're wanting to proc something over and over to just take a giant chunk of their health, why do something like that? But of course everyone has their playstyle, so I won't judge anyone if that's what they do choose to do. Since 2 bleed procs is all I need left for him, I'm gonna pop the gold pick with Foulfoot about this time. I think my favorite starting class is the Astrologer. No, the Wretch. The one that starts with nothing, because I tend to respect them a lot. But that's because I like to maximize the build I'm going for, and just starting with 10 and everything is really nice. But yeah, Astrologer's probably my favorite. Then I think it's Prisoner. Then Vagabond. A whole lot of souls from doing that. Always recommend getting that up to 20 on your first go. Get your main damage stat up to 20. and I personally like to get my endurance up that high when I start off. And that'll just give me more range on weapons I might want to use on the future. And then with those set that way, I just dump the rest into my damage stat. I have a weird habit of wanting to get all my stats up to a base level of 10 because it looks nice. Which, to me, is just like, start with Wretch every time. You won't have to worry about wasting runes on stats you're not going to use just so it looks nice. If you start with a character that already has what you're looking for. Might as well leave that on. I think I will take on the Crucible Knight now. Because he's there, why not? I'm chunky now. Not physically chunky, but you know what I mean. I can take several of his hits before I get close to dying. I always forget to mess with the Wondrous Flask before I start going into something. And then I always regret it afterward. Get a bleed proc off with this. I probably should have backed off, but I didn't. Can you get a bleed proc off simply by visceral? I got quite a few off, but nothing is happening. Maybe it'll happen like halfway. That's a 1. That's 2. I should probably stop counting. 8. That was honestly really cool. I got one of my parries off and then it ruined the rest. Well, that's it. No more mistakes. I hit the dodge. Why? I wish I could put the parry on the sword. That would be really nice. Put you on. If I put that on and then I go there, I'm able to tell if I'm able to use it on this weapon or not. Haven't adjusted that, so there's nothing there. Doing this with 2 people would be a lot easier. Would get give me time to back off and heal when I need to. And I got it. Some good old 21,000 runes. Now let's see, what's another thing I can beat up on right now and get some runes from? This guy's pretty good for it. He only appears at night, so gotta pass it till it's nighttime. Get up. Mount my pony. Guess I should call him Torrent. Over here. Dare glitch through the wall towards me. Just fall off the edge, dude. I had him on that edge the whole time. missed it by that much. Bit more coffee. Bloodhound Step is just one of my favorite Ashes of War to have on a weapon. There we go. 46,000 with Bloodhound Step. Now my second thing I want to do, head to the Church of Ella. Key makes Dex my main, but that would like seriously damage my bonus damage. Why can't I make it heavy? Oh, I can make it heavy. Talk to him about that howling in the Mistwood. He'll give you an emote for it.
I am selling where the land is only, let's say.
Hey, my shield, I can dual wield them. Which would be dumb, but you can do it if you want to. There it is. Should be able to put that on my sword now. Let's see.
Goodbye.
You can upgrade your weapon somewhat with this. Now we've got to get to the Mistwood to talk to Blide, one of my favorite characters. Yes, I am a furry lover, so deal with it. Now I feel like my channel will never take off now that I've said that. I've seen that bear wake up before, but I don't know what triggers it. I feel like as long as Blide is still up there, he'll just stay asleep the whole time. I mean, I just walked past him and he's still passed out. Might as well test it once I've got Blide down from his post. Stand about here. Gestures. Test this. He'll hop down from up there.
Carly. The name's Blythe. He fled somewhere nearby. Come tell me if you find him before I do. I can offer you ample reward. Darrowell is not and in need of it. Darrowell is and in need of.
I mean, he is so big. Yes, I said that. Now, if I head back towards this bear. Never mind, I guess. I will warp. I have to get to this point. And I guess I could climb up from over here somewhere. Might as well, so I can show that. Not like it's any longer than the path I was planning on taking. In fact, it's a lot shorter. Especially now that I know this is here. I just popped up in that direction. And then right here. Now that I've talked to Blide, if you're following this for any reason, you can summon him here.
Darrowell. Rotting in a cell is no true justice.
Sometimes I wish you could remove the sheath on
This is
your
where it
character.
ends for you.
Yep, Bloodhound's Fang. Which I don't have enough dex for, but really nice weapon. Can go through the whole game with it without trouble. Let's see if I put on this, I can check out the damage compared. This is leveled up twice. It's 214. This isn't leveled up at all, and it's 203. And that's actually a pretty close comparison, because basic weapons like this get leveled up about 4 times as much as a weapon like this. So for this, you have to level it up with 1 stone, then 2, then 4, then 6 before you can move on to the second level stones. While with this one, it's just 1, then you level up to the next one, which would be 2, and so on and so forth. So for every 1 level, this one would get 4 levels to this one. Roughly. And then there's how well the weapon scales. This one has D in both. This one has D in strength, which is red, so it's lower, even though the letter doesn't change. And then it's got a C in dexterity, so you would want to be a more dexterous character for this. Oh, by the way, after that, Blight is over here. Go ahead and talk to
I'll do work for it.
him.
Say I'm not.
And now I can get the Bloodhound's
Oh,
Fang
yes. If you venture north, tell him I sent. He'll be sure to. I owe
2
you
levels. Take off that. Church of El.
Wait, well, you're... Ah, wonderful. He's born... There are... If the mood my people, which is why, but thanks, I think this may your people.
I know I probably should save those things for later, but I just
Goodbye
don't.
for now.
And on PlayStation, hit triangle, square, and that'll bring you to this, which allows you to teleport straight to the Table of Lost Grace. I think you can teleport there just by going there, so whether you can adjust your joystick to get to this spot better, or just hit triangle, square, X,
You're a new fan,
you
no
can get
matter.
here
Loud,
pretty
you're-
fast. I didn't run through that section. Okay, so I will go here and show you where to get a Somber Smithing Stone 1. Thought I already grabbed it, but because I took a different path, I didn't. There's gonna be a Black Knight here. Because I forgot about this thing. There he is. You pick up this, which is a basic one. And then right here in this chair, I missed it. There. Somber Smithing Stone 1. Heal the Black Knight. Repeating Thrust. Good for status builds. Which, speaking of status builds, I believe you need a thrusting weapon. This one's not a thrusting weapon, but it's right there, so... Thrusting weapon I'm thinking about. It's down in this direction. By the way, those runes right about there. You meet a sorcerer in there. And you can learn magic from that. Let's see... There are mages up there, so be wary of that. Got him. Right about here, I think. In this chest. Yep, the Great Epee. That's a thrusting weapon. You can get their shields to drop, and it's probably one of the best type shields you can get. Scrolls let you learn magic. I should grab that for my mage character. If I wanted to do a strength build with a thrusting weapon, I'd probably put this on. I'm gonna go show the people who want to be wizards where to get some magic. Faith people can get quite a bit of magic just by going to the round table. There's a guy in a yellow robe. You see in the same room you first pop up at. This is probably one of the easier bosses. Well, it is one of the easier bosses. And I got cocky. Almost died. There's the side of grace. Touch grass. Open this.
Tarnished, I am. Why are you here? I dare say your proclivity. Oh well, perhaps, but one must choose. I was exiled as a revive. You still wish to. Very well, but I refuse to anticipate.
Yep, you can learn these sorceries from her. I honestly really liked this one. It's not the strongest, but it was fun. And if you
Is
get
that a scroll?
that
Very well. I'll
scroll,
be sure to never lose.
you get Glintblade Phalanx and Carrion Slicer, which is probably the best FP to damage ratio spell you can get, but I find it really hard to get off unless you're doing it on minor enemies, because you can stun lock them. But it's fun enough. You can separate them by going over here. Glintstone, so if you find a staff that says boost Glintblade sorceries, this is the section you'd be looking at. And then in one of my previous videos I got the Carrion blade staff, something like that, but it boosts Carrion Glintblade sorceries, which would be this section. And as you collect different types of spells, more sections will pop up, but that's the gist of it. Now I head back here.
Well, I took you for no matter. Lay out your arm.
Talk to this dude. I need 3 more ones to get this to 3. Might go for that. And then Bloodhound's Fang. That would bring it up to about where this one is level-wise. That's already outperforming it. And one more. That's definitely outperforming that. Ash of War, Great Epee, the Repeating Thrust. Keen for Dex, but I'm not a Dex person, so standard. Sea scaling, strength. I put wild on that. So I improved my own scaling for this weapon. So 201 to 258. Bloodhound's Fang is just beating it. But of course I need the medallion to reach that status. So gotta get that to 17 so I can remove it. Might as well do one more thing before I hop down here. I will be spamming the ability. Then instead, get the Taunter's Tongue. This allows your world to be invaded without any furled finger cooperators present, and it also shortens the interval between windows of opportunity for invasions. Additionally, enables the arrival of a second invader to join when a cooperator is present. With 2 invaders, the maximum number of cooperators becomes 1. Do that while I'm down here. Should have enough time. Yeah. I still got time. That's Mr. Incredible's quote. Cypher Potta. I believe it's a good weapon, but I personally didn't like it the few times I tried a faith build. The damage just wasn't there for me. Or I guess more or less the stun locking potential wasn't there for me. You get Roa fruit everywhere. You can just spam build that stuff. Level 42. I really like that the equipment load also tells you that you're at medium load. On the other Souls series games, I always had to put on and remove items to figure that out, so glad they have that in this one. My discovery is 111. Way more than I thought it'd be. Guess it's because my arcane's at 11. I will be standing in here for a multiplayer opportunity, but don't quite see that happening anytime soon, so I guess for those of you that want to leave the video, leave anytime you want. This was me doing the second part. Have a good day for those who left. Guess for those who are still here, also have a good day. Do really like that Ash of War. $221 with no leveling up or anything? Barbaric War also boosts damage. So if I'm at 277, then I put this on, two-handed, 243. 243 with 0 upgrades. That heavy moveset is really nice. I'm not a fan of how this weapon looks. But its moveset's fun. To 11 to 109 or 213. $232 to 213. Yeah, I don't think it's happening anytime soon. And I've only got 30 minutes till it shuts off, so this was Gavin Gray. Hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't, leave me a comment on what I did wrong and I'll try to fix it. And see you later.